Steve Lacy is probably one of the greatest young artists on the planet right now. From being born in Compton, California, a literal hotspot for influential musicians such as Eazy-E, Dr. Dre and Kendrick Lamar, and being able to produce his very own EP, Steve Lacy's Demos, on his iPhone, it's quite amazing to see the passion and greatness that he puts into his freak. From a very young age, Steve Lacy found comfort in music, trying to learn the guitar after falling in love with Guitar Hero. Steve Lacy became fascinated with his guitar, practicing it for hours and trying to perfect his talent. During his days in high school, Steve met his friend and future band member Jamil while playing in his high school jazz band. In high school, Steve and Jamil were able to form the R&B band, The Internet. Steve was able to provide the vocals and play guitar for the band. Steve was a massive reason why the band succeeded. His unique and amazing sounding guitar really elevated the group. His time to shine though came along in the Internet's third album, Ego Death, where Steve was able to produce and write multiple songs for the album. The album was able to earn a Grammy nomination for Best Urban Contemporary. The Internet was a stepping stone for Lacy and was able to lead him to work with notable artists like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. Lacy began to separate from the band, writing and recording his own music, and was able to release his own EP called Steve Lacy's Demos, which he was able to produce on GarageBand on his old crappy iPhone. Over the years, Steve continued to do his thing, produced songs for both his solo career and also for the Internet, and produced his very first debut album, Apollo XXI, which earned him his very first solo Grammy nomination. However, his big solo moment happened with the release of his second album, Gemini Rights, in 2022, and holy shit, this album's amazing. Bad Habits was the song that got chosen to go viral on TikTok because of its catchy melody. Bad Habits also went on to become Lacy's first song to go onto the Billboard 100 hits. The release also earned him 4 Grammy nominations, winning for Best Progressive R&B Album. Gemini Rights is a masterpiece of an album. From the outfit that he was wearing to the look of the album cover, Steve really treated this like his baby and did not disappoint. There are 10 tracks in total, and the album runs for 35 minutes, so quite short. My personal favourite of the 10 is Amber, a very underproduced song compared to the rest of the album. It's mainly just Steve's voice and piano, but his vocals are so raw that they are able to carry the song. It's amazing. The album's main focus is on Steve's journey of self-discovery after a breakup, exploring the duality of love, heartbreak, and emotional vulnerability. The title Gemini Rights is referring to his astrological sign and plays a theme on his shifting emotions and his split perspectives of relationships as a whole. The album is a blend of R&B, funk, rock, and soul, all the good stuff wrapped up in one album. Steve Lacy's debut album, Apollo XXI, is a vibrant and daring introduction to his world. From the DIY production to the playful space-themed aesthetic, you can tell this project meant everything to him. It feels like a deeply personal statement disguised as a funky, futuristic jam session. The album runs about 40 minutes with 12 tracks, each one showing off Lacy's unique mix of R&B, funk, rock, and soul. My personal favourite has to be Inside. It's smooth, hypnotic, and shows just how effortlessly cool Lacy's sound could be. What's so impressive is that he recorded much of it in his bedroom, yet it feels polished, alive, and full of texture. Apollo XXI is all about identity, love, and growing up while staying true to yourself. Lacy experiments fearlessly weaving in themes of queerness, self-discovery, and creative independence. It's a coming-of-age album that doesn't even try too hard to impress. It just is Steve Lacy, raw and real. Every track feels like a window into his mind, and by the end you understand why this album marked such a defining moment in his career. It's not just music, it's a statement of who he is. Steve Lacy's first project, Steve Lacy's Demos, is short but powerful. A raw, funky glimpse into his creative genius made entirely on his iPhone. This 6-track EP blends R&B, funk, and lo-fi sounds in a way that feels effortlessly cool and original. Songs like Red and Some show his knack for catchy grooves and smooth vocals. Even with its minimal production, it's rough around the edges, but that's what makes it special. It's pure, unfiltered Steve Lacy before the fame, showing just how much soul and style he can pack into a small homegrown project. Dark Red was Steve Lacy's first single. It's one of those songs that sticks with you. It's emotional, haunting, and somehow still super chill. Steve Lacy recorded it in his bedroom, yet it sounds timeless. The track mixes smooth guitar chords, gentle drums, and Lacy's raw vocals to create something that feels both intimate and heartbreaking. Lyrically, it's about fear and jealousy, that anxious feeling of losing someone you love. What makes Dark Red special is how simple it is. No heavy production, just emotion and groove. It perfectly captures the early magic of Steve Lacy before the world really knew his name. New Shoes is Steve Lacy's most recent release. It feels like classic Steve Lacy, smooth, funky. The track blends slick guitar riffs, tight grooves, and that signature Lacy confidence we've all come to love. Lyrically, it plays on themes of growth and moving forward, using the new shoes as a metaphor for stepping into a new version of yourself. It's fresh yet familiar, mixing his trademark bedroom pop vibe with polished production. The song proves that Lacy continues to evolve while keeping his sound authentic and unmistakably his own.